Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Shin from DoroHeDoro. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay. Oh, did you see what I just did there? I did draw the head first. I'm a big fan of don't draw the head first, or don't start with the head. Now, I've seen a lot of people do it. You can get away with it. They know how to do it. But you got to be at a certain level before you can do something like that. Because, like, for me, I see where I'm going, and I start my sketch in that direction. So, I'm going to say those people that do that see where they're going and can start their sketch from that direction. Not everybody can, and it's not the best thing to do because you don't know where the rest of your sketch is going to go. You don't know how much is going to fall off the page and that kind of thing unless you do have that skill. And so that's what I'm saying. When I say don't do that, you know what? You might be able to. So, you know, don't listen to me, but listen to me, you know? So, when I say don't do that, it's only because you got to be at a certain level before you can, is what I'm trying to say. And you might be, so, you know, you follow your own path, because remember, like I always say, this is how I draw, and you draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between. But, you know, again, don't mess yourself up just because we like taking the best bite first, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. So, like here, like I'm, you know, I know where I want to go, so I'm taking the sketch there, but again, I can kind of not guess. I see where it's going to go. Does that make sense? Although, as I'm saying that, I don't seem to be able to get this leg. It's just off. Because I'm also thinking in terms of suit material. Because he's wearing a suit, you know? Okay. I think that'll work. Okay, so let's see, let's draw him his, let's see, his jacket's gonna be hanging down like this. This one I'll kind of throw out. So yeah, so guess what I was trying to say is, you know, I have to think of it as he's wearing a suit. So not only am I drawing the human anatomy, I've got to put clothes on him. So I have to think about how his suit's going to overlay on the human skin. Human skin, like if it's not human. Well, no, you know, I take that back. I was gonna say, why would I say human skin? That's weird. I mean, Cayman's not human. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna guess because it's a crazy show, and we'll see where they're gonna go with it. All right, looks good to me. Sorry, I gotta redo this real fast. Get it right. It's hard to see. Okay, I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. Again, I gotta draw a suit, so I've got to keep that in mind. There we go. Okay, cool. Like that. I like that. Okay, let's draw his little hammer. Let's see. So if I get his hand out like this, holding it, I want it out like that. I'm gonna draw his hand down a little bit. Let me look at a model. Okay, I know it's not a hammer, but you know, so okay, got it. Don't ever be afraid to model. I mean, you are the best model you have because you're always going to be there, you know. So unless you're missing parts, which hey, you know, happens to people. Life happens, and you know, maybe someone lost something in an accident. You don't quite have all your parts. It happens. You are the best model you have is what I'm trying to say, because you don't have to ask anybody to do something. You just pose. Sorry if I go quiet. And usually when I go quiet is because I start thinking and I'm concentrating, basically. Alright, let's see. In the chain, we're just going to do regular chain like we always do, but he is going to turn a little bit, so okay. For his head, I think I'm going to have the mask just a normal, well, not normal because it's a heart mask, right? But with the backside, because he's got like the backside, it's got the little open slit right there, and he's got the front side that's got the teeth showing, kind of like oh, I can't remember his name, their boss. But I'm going to do the backside, I think. Okay. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so let me just draw a few heart valves here. And then we can get going, because I'm pretty close to finishing here. So you might want to finish your snacks and get ready, because it's about time. That ought to work. And I don't think I'm going to draw all the lines in heart, because I want the color to take care of that. But I will give him eye holes and draw a few of the heart veins and stuff like that, but not all of them. Because like I said, I think it would be good to let color take care of that. Let me see. Let me make sure there's nothing I missed here. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let me. I forgot. I've got to get some of these hand details right because he's got those sewn fingers. So I wanted to give him enough detail in the hands that we can do that. So let me just add just a few highlights on these hands to make sure I put enough in there. Okay, that ought to work. I think that's good. And then we'll do like that. Okay, alright, so let me erase some of these sketch lines. And we'll get going. We'll welcome everybody that skipped. It was just a suit, but you know, I gotta get these lines down, right? Went a little too dark on some of these parts, but that's okay. Just press a little harder with my sketch, with my eraser, to erase those sketches, and we should be good. Alright. I think that's good. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, here we go. So, welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find things that the fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it to give myself something to guide my Sharpies. So I think I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen to get him in the fine little detail of his face, and then we can get going. So I'm going to go ahead and draw like some eye sockets, right? Because he's got like this jaggedy eye holes. So I'm going to do his eyelids like this, just to give me a guide of where his eye's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and draw the retina like this. He's looking off to the side. Okay. I'll hit the pupil just a little bit. This is so tiny I can't really draw it in there, so I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a highlight like that. Then for the bottom of the eye, I'm just going to kind of do this. Just to almost like point in that direction to kind of assume that there's a bottom eye, basically, because it's too tiny to draw. So, for his eye holes, we're going to do just some jagged marks. And I'm kind of following the eye hole that I had drawn. So that's why I'm giving it that shape, the roundness of the shape. So I think I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie now. I think I'm done with the tiny detail. And then I'll add just some tiny detail highlights with that pen. I'll come back to it, basically. So for the head, let's go ahead and let's do this side, and then we'll build onto it. So I'm going to come in here and do this, and I've already sketched it out, so that's how I know where I'm going to go. And I've already talked about too that I'm going to do the backside of his mask. And what I mean by that is, if you watch the show, he's got one side and he turns it back and forth, and this is the backside. You can tell by this little slit that's in the back right there. And we'll add we'll do like that for the nose. We'll add some detail as we go, but we're not going to draw every single vein. I want color to take care of that. So in doing that, I'm going to draw some of the ventricles like this. And again, I've kind of sketched it out and planned out where they're going to go. So this whole thing is specifically planned. Let's see, and then this one's going to come back here like this. Like that. Now, again, I don't want to draw all the detail, but I want to put some in. I want to kind of do something like that, just to kind of show some of the positioning. But again, I don't want to do all the detail. See, I think that might be enough. Let's do like that, maybe. But yeah, I think that's all I want to do. And that color, because color will make some awesome vein lines in there. We can do some really cool stuff. So I think that's as far as I want to take that head, and let detail take care of the rest. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to start off with the rest of his costume. So his mask kind of comes over like this because it kind of goes over his neck, and so now you can see his shirt into his suit. Then his shirt's open, which is where his tie is, which goes underneath like that. We'll go ahead and just draw the tie in since we're here. Since it's in front anyway, we kind of need to make sure we draw that first so we don't accidentally draw over it. I've got him kind of hunched over, so his jacket suit is kind of flying open too. So let's do that. Let's do something like that. This one's more hanging down over the front of his body, so we'll go ahead and put that in. And it's got a lapel, you know, at the edges of it, so we're going to do one of these. So it's flipping over. Like that. So I can do his shoulders. Like this. And I'll go ahead and do the jacket since we're here. We'll do like a little pocket hanging over like that. And then this side is going to come pretty much straight down. But because it's flipping up, we're only going to see that much of it, okay? And you know I like my creases and folds, so let's add some extra. Let's make it nice and dirty here. Nice and wrinkly. There we go. A little something like that. Okay. I'm going to put some more in his shirt too. I just want to... Here, let's go and define it. Let's go ahead and give him his belt. I'm going to say like this. And now I'm going to add some. Let's add some creases and fold where his shirt's all wrinkled. Like that. Let's see, I have another one like this. There we go. Just wrinkle that shirt all up is basically what we're doing. Okay. Alright, so let's do this arm, then we'll work our way back, because this one's just pretty much straight out. So I'm just going to add some bends in the material as we're going. Like that. There's the edge of his jacket. Like this. Again, you know what we're doing. Creases and folds. Creases. Okay. No more songs. I know. Alright. Okay, and he's got a shirt underneath, so we're gonna draw that in. Okay, so his just kick something. So his hand is pretty much like this because he's holding his hammer. So I'm gonna draw his thumb like this, and let's draw the hammer so you see where the fingers are gonna be. So basically, I'm gonna come up like this. And so now you see the positioning where it's going to be, okay? So it's going to come this way. Here, let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so his fingers are basically wrapped over it, so we're just going to do that. We're just going to wrap them over. You just gotta kind of think of the way they're laying and the way the hammer is and how much of your finger, like the pinky, see how it's shorter because it stretches over a little bit less. It's like way back here, okay? Or it's only able to stretch over so much. You know, that's kind of what I'm going for there. Okay, so and also I wanted to do that because he's got stitches all in his thumbs or his fingers, so we're gonna kind of do that. Let's start to add a few. Now we're not going to do all of them because there's no room, but it'll add a little bit extra. drawing like that. Okay. Is there anything extra in the hammer I need to add? Let me see. And nothing that color can't do. Maybe we'll do a little edge like that. There we go. Alright, so I've got his other hand pretty much like kind of pointed at you. We're going to draw like the shirt foreshortened, or the sleeve foreshortened, like this. So it's more pointed at you, so it's a little short, hence foreshortened. Okay. So that also means the wrinkles are kind of almost laying on top of themselves. Alright, so this hand is pointed at you. So I'm going to draw the thumb like this. There's the first finger. There's the middle finger. Ring finger. And pinky. Okay, and the reason I did it like this, that looks a little weird, a little X right there in his hand, is again so we can add the stitches into the design. Like I said, I wanted to specifically give you these digits to draw. So you can just do that. There we go. Okay, so again, he's got his shirt underneath. I'm going to make sure we put that in there. Close that off. There we go. Alright, so now he's got a chain. Other than that, it's just pants and shoes. But he's got a chain that we want to draw. So let's draw his belt. Probably should have done this with a small Sharpie. And we're going to connect it right there. So I'm just going to do, I've sketched out where it's going to go. I'm just going to do like a chain like we've done before. We're just going to draw loops and loops and loops. Let's see, let's go ahead and do, well, let's try a different style. Let's do this. Let's see if we can pull off something a little different. This might be a little too big for something like this, but I want to do like more of a loop chain than a link chain. Does that make sense? Again, it might be a little, this much Sharpie might have been too big to do something like this, but that's okay. But yeah, we're doing something a little different. Not the link chain, we're doing a loop chain. Okay, so his leg's going to be right there, so I'm going to stop drawing and start working on the pants. So, exactly that. Start working on the pants. Now, I've got it sketched out, so that's why I'm pretty much just drawing where his pants would be. Let's see, this leg's going to be out. Okay, and he's got like tennis shoes on, like what do you call them? Basketball shoes, I guess. So I'm just gonna do something like this. Oop, let's draw like a front here. That. Okay. go, something like that, just for like a, you know, a what do you call it, a basketball shoe. Or is it Jordans? Like, what is he wearing? It looks something specific like that. We'll add some detail there in a second. I just wanted to add that real fast. Okay, so this one's over the shoe. This one's going to be a little bit under. So you come down. There's the tongue right there. Come down to the front. Like that. Let's see. Do the side. We're going to do kind of over like this. It's going to come down, but we got the big old Nike swoosh. Do like that, and then I can draw little laces like I did over there. Alright. I kind of lost the point of the swoosh, huh? Oh well. Alright. I'm not getting sponsored by them, so no big deal. Okay, let's see. We'll do a little something like that. Go. That'll define that. So now I'm just going to add just some creases and folds. Just make this material wrinkled up. You know how I do whenever their pants are stretched out like this. I like drawing the folds in the pants because they're just so stressed out from being stretched out like this. And remember, you don't have to draw like I'm drawing. You draw whatever lines you think are necessary, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. But you know, just give me some ideas. There we go. Oh, you know what else I see I missed real quick? Closing this off. There we go. The edge of his jacket like that. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Shin from DoroHeDoro. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures on how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.